I've shared on this channel a few times what I'm going through with a heart condition I have. I was recently told that the two major arteries feeding my heart, one is 100% blocked, and the other one splits into a Y, and it's 80% blocked on one side, 50 on the other. They went in to put stents about a month ago, and they stopped. They came out, they said, we didn't do anything because we think you're really the ideal candidate for open heart surgery, to do a double bypass or possibly a triple bypass, depending on how they went about it. So they referred me to a surgeon, and honestly, this kind of put me, just being honest, kind of put me in a little bit of a state of depression, which is very unusual for me. Not that I don't ever get sad, but when I do get sad, it usually lasts about an hour, maybe that. But this kind of just lingered. It was just really this feeling, kind of wondering, well, is this really where I'm at in my life? Like, is this really the place that I'm at? Like, a couple weeks ago, I was taking jujitsu and traveling the world, and now this is where I'm at. And when I met with the surgeon, my wife brought up a procedure that somebody was doing to see if I was a candidate for that where they still went in with stents, but it's just a different procedure. There's a particular surgeon who invented this process and this procedure. People travel from all over the world to learn it, and people travel from all over the world to avoid open heart surgery. And so we met with that doctor, and this is my fourth cardiologist in like a month. And I was essentially told that, that was a good idea to do, but my insurance would not approve it for 3 weeks. So ultimately, for the last 3 weeks, and I'm having that procedure tomorrow, by the way. But for the last 3 weeks, I'm just going to be real honest, that feeling of depression, I was trying to find out, well, what is that? Like, why is that? And it was really because I felt like I had a bomb strapped around my neck. I feel like I have a bomb strapped around my neck. And if I make one wrong move or one wrong turn, or I just, was sitting there and somebody decided to let it go, my head blows up. This is really how I feel right now. And the reason the video is titled what it's titled is because through all that, what I saw through prayer and just the visions God showed me was that He held my life in His hands. It's something that I'm aware of, but it never became a reality in my heart and mind and soul, that He really holds my life in His hands. And at any moment, He can make it end. He can make it go on for more than 1,000 years if I'm here when Christ returns. It is up to Him. And I kind of came to this whole realization that really the whole universe is in His hands. And I'm sitting here with my Father holding on to my life in His hands. And I've shared all this on other videos, but I look at God like He's my Father, not like He's this heavenly Father or just this guy with a big white beard in the clouds. I look at Him like He's my dad. I didn't have a father growing up. My mother married a really wicked man who was my stepfather, just kind of tortured us all psychologically and physically. And I remember at 10 years old thinking, counting, how long will it be till I can get the hell out of here? But look, and I always kind of felt sorry for myself, like not having a dad, not having that direction, or not anybody show me how to do things or how to live life or how to balance a checkbook or how to take out a mortgage. Like I just never had that. And I felt sorry for myself. But then what I realized over time was I always had that. Like when I look at my life, God was always there for me. He always provided for me. He always protected me. He always disciplined me perfectly. And it was something that I kind of almost just recently learned. I know that may sound strange, but it's something that, just in the last 3 or 4 years, I realized that. So when you take that combined with my life is in His hands, it changes the way you think about what it is He's asking you to do. I've always been the type of person that when God says, go do this thing, I just go do that thing. But there's been a lot of things that He's shown me through dreams and visions and just through prayer and through His Word more specifically, mostly through His Word, where you just read it, everybody can see that things are going on in America and around this world, in the Christian church specifically, and with pro-Second Amendment people and Republicans and Democrats, that is wicked. It is wicked. And there's been just a lot I've just kind of hesitated to say because, he's shown me how the wickedness of it. But I'm like, I don't know about that one. Like, I kind of always hold back. Like, I'm not sure I'm ready to talk about that thing yet, God. But now, gloves are off, man. And that's why I believe, chances are in the last 24 hours, you've probably already been offended by some videos I'm putting out. But I'm just letting you know, it's no holds bar, man. It is gloves off. Whatever God tells me to say, I am saying. And I've always felt like I did that anyway, very bold. But it's different now. Like if you thought I was bold before, you just wait to see what's coming. So I share this video with you because really a lot of this wickedness is things we've all been kind of taught our whole lives. That we've been led to believe and things like that. But the reality is a lot of that stuff is lies. It is lies from Satan. It is lies from the enemy. And we're being taught much of it by our pastors and our leaders and our elected officials and our grandparents. And we're just being taught nonsense, a lot of nonsense. And God is not okay with it. There's a lot of nonsense going on in politics. There's a lot of nonsense going on in America. There's a lot of nonsense going on in the church. There's a lot of nonsense going on in the Republican Party. There's a lot of nonsense going on in the Democratic Party. There's a lot of nonsense going on in the middle, and we're going to talk about all of it. If God says say it, I'm going to say it. Before I was like, I don't know about that one, God, but I'm not holding back anymore. So this video is specifically to let you know that really due to my heart condition, I'm probably going to be offending you. It was really that thing that just, like, I felt like I was on a pretty decent path with God, but even more recently, I felt like, where is he? I feel distance. And, of course, that's my fault. But now, gloves are off. Gloves are off. We're not, if you're going to be offended, I can promise you, if you've been taught anything in America about the Christian faith, you are going to be offended in the next few months. I can guarantee it. And here's the thing. If it says it in his word, I don't really care if you're offended or not. I don't desire to offend you, but the word is more important than your feelings. It's way more important than your feelings. As a matter of fact, your feelings kind of don't matter at all. I've said this many times. There's many things in the Bible I don't agree with. I don't agree with it. There's many things in there I don't agree with. There's many things in the Bible that I don't like. Many things in the Bible I read, I'm like, I don't like that. But the bottom line is, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I agree with it or not. It doesn't matter whether I like it or not. And it just has to be said. The truth is the truth, whether you agree or not, or whether you like it or not. It is the truth, and I'm going to spread the truth. I'm going to blast it like a trumpet. And I promise it's going to offend you. And I promise you're going to disagree. And I promise that your feelings are going to get hurt. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. God has a lot to say about America. He has a lot to say about the church. He has a lot to say about our leaders in America. And I'm not holding back anymore. So really kind of due to this heart condition that I'm dealing with, this procedure I'm having tomorrow, by the way, please be in prayer for me tomorrow. It's May 1st. If you watch this after May 1st or on May 1st, just please be in prayer for me during that time. I rely on that more than I do the heart surgeons. So, but I see you on the other side of it. It's about to get bold.